All right, I am going to assume. I hope it's not. I'm not fucking squeaky asshole nonsense. Hello. So yeah, I don't know, man. Am I still squeaking? I might just have to. I could have maybe just adjusted my pivoted my audio thing again. Clicked off 2 different types of audio sources, maybe. We're having such a good time. It's always that. It's like fucking like someone's like, "Oh, you're doing good," and then you kick you in the fucking chest. Anyways, is it? Are we live? Is the audio good? Audio is fine now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read the past archive of comments that I didn't click off yet. Okay, real quick. Maybe not real quick. So it'll be even. I'm not leaving any y'all behind. But if you need to get an urgent message through, go over to the Twitch and spam something. All right. I hope it doesn't go away. Let me catch up. Oh my god, there's so many things I was behind on. Okay. Check the stream. It's buffering. Yeah. Stream has seems to be stabilized. Yeah. Hoyoverse heard the feedback and gave Nicole a sports bra. Oh. I don't like the feedback. Whoever said they can't read feedback, save their lives. Pretty sure the simulcasting you are allowed to display both chats on stream, just cannot merge them. Yeah, you can. I definitely probably should do that, but I'm kind of waiting until I migrate to Streamlabs probably to figure out what the heck the next chat layout kind of thing is going to be. But yes. Souls-like with guns, so it's much more of an RPG Souls-like game. And yeah, honestly, BL1 had the best. It epitomized of the series. Borderlands 1, yeah. That was when we were talking about the whole loot system. Just lack comparison and design. Yeah, exactly. SSS was forever be my favorite brand. Hated how they butchered it more and more with every slated game. What is SNS? What's SNS again? Fuck, I forget what that is. SNS, Bandit, Scav, COV, Progress, but also generic quality, stake of gimmicks. I'm trying to make sure I can get to the new stuff, guys. So if I have a feeling I can respond in some way, then I'll continue. But yeah. The DLC from Remnant 2, says Red, looks pretty good. I like the news. Yeah, no, I think it looks really neat. Remnant 2 was one of those games, again, it was unfortunately one of those games that to me I was like, it was really, really fun. I don't know if I would have, it's not the same as like the feeling I had when I played Hi-Fi Rush, which was like, this is a really unique experience that I kind of feel like I have to finish. Remnant 2 is like, this is awesome. And if I had time to play something awesome, I'd fucking go nuts, you know? We can only hope that Avowed and Tainted Grail, the fall of Avowed, managed to scratch the first-person RPG. I hope so. Hopeful. If not, I do think the Outer Worlds and shit like that would probably do it because it already has. Like, if we're going to get probably a sequel pretty soon here, probably in the next 2 years. One says, I just watched a video on the different weapon manufacturers of Borderlands. Yeah, man. I feel like they've subsequently gotten better and way worse. Yeah, it's tough. I wish I could have a balance of like the chaotic, random like hittiness of Borderlands 1 guns with the unique factor of like how Hyperion has that cool trait with their shotguns, how Molly 1 had just fucking absurd status effects, you know, and stuff like that. I wish we could have both of those worlds where it seems like they've took away a lot of the sharpness, like the masher or like the anarchy. The anarchy in Borderlands 1 that's what I mean about like the messy sharpness of just shredding someone. The shotgun in Borderlands 1, which was part of every brick boom build, which basically was just like the shotgun that would just go and it would just completely like eviscerate everybody. And it was an AoE explosive shotgun and it was awesome. But it was kind of that same sharp, didn't try to over like glamorize, oh my god, this is we're going to make the gun have great recoil because you're firing fire bullets and it's going to be maybe so... Everything felt soft, you know, when I want things to feel sharp. I feel like Borderlands 1 guns were much more sharp. So Witcher 3, Cyberpunk... Oh, Cyberpunk is a good example. Cyberpunk is one of those games I think it would have probably delivered what I kind of hoped. I'm not as big into the Cyberpunk aesthetic as much as other people. But Cyberpunk is really close. I think Cyberpunk still doesn't have those, still hasn't gotten to that point, which I hope very much that we eventually do get to, where we were in a place where it's like you do a quest and you get like some money, and that's the reason why you did the quest, and that's fine. But when it's always that way, like like I mentioned, the idea that you pick up some like person who's basically on the brink of death and you save them, and then you leave them, or you wait to see if they're okay or whatever. That's the kind of thing. But if what you got out of that quest was basically either a companion or like a lead on a very amazing bad guy to beat the shit out of and get all their loot or something, you know. Same thing. It'd be really cool if there was, if you did this quest and you got a whole ass apartment. I think Cyberpunk does have something like that, but so often it's just, let's just make it so that you need to make a lot of money, so you'll do a lot of side quests, and then we'll give you some things to buy. The things you buy are kind of good. Cyberpunk was better about weapons. Cyberpunk was probably one of the best RPGs that actually handled the loot system and made it unique, especially the update. The update really much. Beforehand, not so much. The update made it so that it was, and the DLC made it so that weapons and everything else felt super unique. Like you could get this thing and it was really good for you. I guess it did have the gun that could auto aim on heads and shit like that, which is kind of good. So yeah, maybe that too. I'll flip this. Otherwise, you'll need to rely on the quality companion mods from Skyrim, because the vanilla Skyrim does none of that. Yeah. Witcher 3 is interesting too. Witcher 3 didn't have companions though, right? It just had like storylines. Yeah. But Witcher 3 is probably one of those games that probably would have those. It has like, well, Witcher 3 just had amazing story design, but it also had unique ones. Yeah, the Witcher is a good argument for like you don't actually need a thing if the story is good enough. Like I still remember the story that in The Witcher where there's basically like you go to this town, you hear there's this problem with like a werewolf. You find out that there's like this complex love triangle between this person and this werewolf, and then this sister. And the sister basically tried to get the werewolf person who was in love with her sister to kill her because he transforms in the full moon. She goes and tells her sister he's in the cave. She ends up killing the person, and then as the Witcher, you have the choice of like either killing the werewolf or letting the werewolf kill the person who basically had him kill the love of his life, and shit like that. And I was like, man, I still remember that to this day. I'm like, this is interesting and yet complex. It's not that complex. It's pretty but just the way they unveil it is really neat. Yeah, Grin, try Baldur's Gate 3. It's very much not my preference, but I tried it. That's what everyone says. I think I'm about a year away from being so starved that I'm like, fuck it. I just need something. Grant, I still have not gotten past Act 1. Keep getting distracted by other things. That's the best sign of an RPG, though. Like, that's, to me, is the best sign of what I hope for an RPG. Is, like, that's what happened in Skyrim. Where, like, Skyrim, I know so many people who haven't even touched the main story past the point in which you get your powers. You know? And that's a testament to like a good RPG, because you want to explore and be in the world more. You want to go and do that quest about the Thieves Guild. You want to go and do this. You want to go help these people. You want to go explore what the fuck is over there. You see the city, a city of thieves. What the fuck are you talking about? You go and see that. You know, that's a good RPG. And I feel like none of the RPGs we've gotten, they've been an RPG in idea alone. You know, it's like a lot of them are RPGs in a linear game, which is ass. Restarting a campaign over again. Yeah. I hear that's a lot of people. I think like half of there's gonna be two people who do Baldur's Gate. They play one character and they get through all of it. Takes them 300 hours, and then there's gonna be the person who has just kept restarting because the resetting of the characters you can play, and like I've seen Kraken, you could get like a mind virus that like genuinely makes you do horrible things, which is just really creative and unique for like your whole playstyle as a limitation, you know. One such mod adds the Khajiit follower. Yeah, he's the most endorsed follower ever. I don't know, man. I know it's probably amazing, but I also am kind of like, I don't know, man. I kind of wanted to have like a dude bro, which maybe is the Khajiit, or like a cool story with like a woman and stuff, like an elf maybe, like a whatever. There's I know there's a version of it, but there's just not a very great version of it, I think. But yeah. It's like when I see a follower mod, I'm so spoiled in Skyrim, because I'm like, ooh, they either look like what I don't want them to look like, and the trouble to make them look like something else is too much, so I just say fuck it. Or they have they look great, but they have like nothing as far as story goes. It's like I'm a witch. What is the thing that's in Skyrim that's like a creepy, gross, nasty witch person? It's like, I'm a descendant of that one. Dude, what kind of build you want to do? You do a melee build? Fucking Outer Worlds is also one of those games. I still wanted to go back and play Outer Worlds and do melee only, which was one of the games I know you could sure as shit fucking do melee only. And it'd be good. Again, Bethesda game. We just experienced Starfield. Ain't no way your ass playing fucking melee and having fun, okay? At least in what do you call it, this game, you could absolutely play melee and have fun. You would have a companions that can stun people and shit. You hit a button, they do shit. Why the fuck has no one done that yet? That's something that, again, Outer Worlds is fucking amazing. I fucking love Outer Worlds so much. The fact that they're like, hey, what if your companions actually could do something? And you could hit a D-pad button, bang, hit your D-pad button. Oh, you want to switch to weapon? You hold this button, and then you can switch to weapon with your D-pad. But if you just hit a button on your D-pad, guess what? It sends your companion, and basically they fucking teleport on their ass. And they smash them with a hammer. They fucking shoot a bullet right at their head. They do something. It would have been nice. It would have been nice in the Outer Worlds to be able to toggle off the cinematic slow motion of it, so I could just say, kill, and then they just kill, and I don't have to watch them slowly smash, although it is epic. Yeah. But shit like that, that's exactly what I mean. That's like a really unique thing that I've never seen someone do, and it's like, that makes so much sense. It makes companions actually fucking worth something. Also, guess what? When you get them to activate their special trait, you get damage, you get healing, they debuff the enemy, they distract the enemy, they have a chance to reduce the cooldown of the other companion's ability, which can actually have you make a summoner companion general commander build, where you're basically just like, do this, do that, and then you've achieved cooldown on both abilities so that you can do this, wait a bit, do that, this is one's back, do this, do that, and it's just great. So fucking good. Love that game to bits. Exactly what I mean in the same way. I feel like it kind of means more, like that's more what I mean. Outer Worlds is a better description of what I want from an RPG than Cyberpunk, even though I love Cyberpunk and I think Cyberpunk is amazing. I just think the Outer Worlds is doing that shit that I'm like, this is it. This is unique. I haven't seen this before. I want more of this. You know, where Cyberpunk, I'm like, I'm gonna shoot some dude in the head with a shotgun, or I'm gonna hack his brain, stun him, then shoot him in the head with a shotgun, or spend 20 minutes hacking him or something, and then his head will blow up. You know, the only gameplay I've really seen from Cyberpunk that makes me think